Hello and welcome, it's Chris from Christopher Holt Training and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to be taking you through a short routine to help unround and unslouch you from this position. So we're going to go from here into this position. So we're going to get you much more upright. So I'm going to take you through 4 different exercises, stretches and mobility type movements to be able to get that chest lifted, get the shoulders back, and then you can be without tension through the front of the part of the shoulder and in this slouched position, which is again going to cause even more pressure on the neck. So as we come up, everything, the head, the shoulders and the neck are all in position. Tension is reduced and you're in a much better posture to go about everyday life. The first exercise is thoracic spine extension. So what that basically means is the thoracic spine is this middle portion of the back. So this is the bit that becomes exaggerated. So there wants to be a natural curve to that part of the spine, but when it becomes excessive, that's when you find yourself starting to slouch. So what we're going to do is we're going to oppose that and extend it. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to use this foam roller down here. We're going to place it on the floor, and then we're going to place that middle part of the back onto the roller. So what we do is we come into this position, just sit in front of it. Now you can use anything that will allow you to extend back over. So what we want to do is we want to try and keep this lumbar spine from arching. So we want to try and keep that flat. So then we come back into this position. Now again, we can hold our head just to relax the muscles of the neck, but we want to be trying to keep that lumbar spine from doing that. So we come down, we arch over, we might hold that for 5 to 10 seconds and then we relax out. We then just roll up the back a little bit and then again we hold the tummy in. I'm just using this hand to help me understand that my lower back is staying nice and still. So then we come back and just arch over. Again, we're lengthening that upper part of the spine. Then we're going to come down. Then we're going to go a little bit higher again. And then we're going to do exactly the same. So all we're doing by going up the back is just taking all the different segments of the spine and then just opening that one out, rolling up, opening that segment, opening that segment. So that's all we're doing. So we might just repeat that another time. So we would go back to the lower part. Again, hold the tummy in, extend over, hold for 10 to 15 seconds, come back out, roll up, arch back, hold for 10 to 15 seconds, out you come, final one, back and out. So that is exercise or mobility exercise number 1, thoracic spine extension. Exercise number 2 is thoracic spine extension, which is the same as we did before, but this time with shoulder flexion. Now all that basically means, so it's the same position, but this time we're going to be holding onto the rod and then we're going to go up and over the head. Now when we do that, what we want to be focusing on is our armpit as we go up points forward. So we don't want to be in that position where it points out to the side. We want to be in that position where it points forward, or at least in a forward direction. It might be slightly diagonal outwards like that, but essentially it's pointing forwards in that position. So we're going to do that down on this roller again. So we're going to come into this position. I'm going to start quite wide because that's the easiest position to be in. So I'm going to come down, same position, feet are going to be on the floor, knees are bent. Again, I'm going to focus on keeping my lumbar spine nice and flat, so I'm not overarching it like so. So I go into this position and then I come down, open out the shoulders as well, keep the shoulder armpits pointing forward, and then I come out. Then I roll down, and then I do the same again. Open out, armpits pointing upwards, come all the way out. One more time. All the way over, and then out we come. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in a couple of hand widths, just makes it a little bit harder on the shoulders. Again, start up low on the thoracic spine, over we come, holding, Again, we'd hold that for 10 to 15 seconds, come back down, roll up the roller, hold for 10 to 15 seconds, relax out, and then one last one. And holding there, 10 to 15, out you come, and all the way out of the stretch. Now, if you experience any pain in either of your shoulders, don't go as far as you experience. So if you experience pain here, only go that far. If you experience pain here, then you're in a better position because you can open out the shoulder that much more. But what we don't want to be doing is aggravating any pain in any shoulders, just in case that causes more harm than good. So when we're doing that, we're not only are we focusing on thoracic spine, we're also focusing on opening out shoulder and this deltoid and pectoral muscle at the front of the shoulder as well. So that's mobility exercise number 2, which is thoracic extension and shoulder flexion. Exercise number 3 is a quadruped, so down on all fours, with thoracic rotation. So what we're going to do for this one is we come down onto all fours, so we get into this box position, hands below shoulders, knees below hips. What we then do is we put then one hand on the head, and then we rotate around as far as we can, trying to get the elbow up as high as we can. We then come down. We could even come all the way around, get a full rotation, and up, and then down, and then up. Now what's happening here is because the knees are on the floor, the pelvis is staying level. So we know that's not involved. We know that's not moving. And all we're doing is rotating the spine through its range of movement. And then we come back down. We would then do, say, 6 on one side, and then we would go 6 on the other side. So not only are we extending the spine with the first 2 and opening out the shoulder, we're now starting to rotate the spine as well. So we get that rotation and extension, which is going to allow you to be able to come up that much more and also bring the shoulders back and get the shoulder blades sliding over the rib cage like they're meant to do. So that is stretch or mobility exercise number 3, the quadruped with thoracic rotation. Exercise number 4 is another one for rotating the thoracic spine and then opening out the shoulder. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to lie on our side. So we're going to come down onto the floor, lie on our side like so. We're going to have both hands together, knees on top of each other, shoulders on top of each other, and then we're going to open out and rotate around as far as is comfortable. So not only are we rotating the spine, we're also now starting to open out bicep, deltoid, and the pecs. Then we would come back, holding there, and then open up again all the way around like so. So if I just turn on so you can see from the top view, so again I'm in this position. You could have something here to support the head, or you could have it on the floor. Nice easy remedy for that is a roller that goes on there just to support the head and the neck. So from here we open out and rotate all the way around. Again, hips should be staying level as we rotate round, so we know we're getting the mobility and the rotation from the thoracic spine. So we would do, say, 6 on one side, roll onto the other side, and then do the final 6. So that's exercise number 4, or mobility exercise number 4, thoracic rotation with shoulder extension. There are 4 exercises that you could start doing to start coming out of this hunched and slouched position. So starting to come out of this and into this. Now what's just as important is if you're doing these 4 exercises, and it might take 10 to 15 minutes to do them, you've then got to make sure for the rest of the day you're up in this position. So you're trying to stay out of this position and up in this position. What these exercises are trying to do is give you the opportunity to spend more time in this position, because they're starting to open out the joints, loosen muscles, so you can get there. Then you've just got to be there, because what's going to override these exercises is if you spend 8 hours sat in a seat back in that position again. So you've got to be up here in this tool position as much as possible for these to have the best results. So many thanks for watching. My name is Chris from Christopher Holt Training. I will speak to you in a future video.